Hey everyone, I'm Genevieve, and my story goes a little bit like this. Prior to having children, I was very active, and activity, fitness, yoga, they were so important to me. One of my biggest self-care habits that I had this limiting belief, I would call it, that once you have kids, you put yourself to the wayside. Anyone with me on that? You lose your body, you're tired all the time, your brain's mush, you're always behind schedule, you live off coffee to get you through the day. And for some weird reason, I was okay with that. So I went on to have kids. But it wasn't too long after that I realized that there has got to be another way. I started to feel alone at home, secluded. I felt disconnected from my body, disconnected from my mind. I felt like I was becoming unreliable to myself and to others. And I was losing my organization, which I was so known for being so good at prior to having kids. The part I was really missing the most though was my movement. It helps to clear my mind, it gets the endorphins running, and I wasn't getting that in on a daily basis. And along with that, I was missing my community of people that I used to go practice with day in and day out. So I knew I had to figure out another way. So I got creative with what I started to do to start to incorporate some movement back into my day. I joined a few little online challenges that were at-home workouts, and they used very minimal equipment. And I also soon realized that I didn't need a lot of equipment. I didn't have a lot of equipment because a home practice was never something I was into. I always got distracted, and I just wasn't interested in practicing at home. So I started using my stairs as a step to intensify an exercise. Or I used water bottles, heavy water bottles as my dumbbells. Or I used books as blocks for yoga. I even started incorporating the kids' little step stool from the bathroom into my workouts just to give me a bit of more intensity. I was committed to making this work. So I would practice whenever I saw an opportunity to. Before the kids got up in the morning, usually though, if anyone can relate with me on this, as soon as I open my eyes, bing, the kids' eyes are open. I don't know what it is, it's a motherly instinct, but I found in those early days, working out first thing in the morning did not work for me. So I had to get creative in the day when they were running amongst me. So I would either occupy them with some little activity, which would only last a few minutes, or I would exercise or do a few yoga poses while they were bathing in the evening, and I'd be right beside them. I'd incorporate all the equipment in my bathroom, like the bathtub or the countertop, and do some incline push-ups or Bulgarian lunge, and I just made it work like that. I was really just piecing together exercises that I liked to do, or yoga sequences that I was pulling out of my brain from my prior experience, and it was working until it got to a point where I wanted a little bit more. So I ventured into the vast world of YouTube, and YouTube can be a very overwhelming experience if you don't really know what you're looking for. So I would search for workouts and yoga classes, and not having followed anyone on YouTube, I didn't know where to start, and I got really, really overwhelmed really quickly. And I was ending up spending more time previewing videos than I was actually spending doing the videos. And it ended up in a lot of wasted energy and time. But all in all, with all of my trial and errors, what I was doing at home was actually starting to work because I was starting to feel more like myself. I was more clear in my head. I had more energy, not having to rely on caffeine or coffee all day long. And I felt like I was starting to see small results with these small little actions that I was taking daily. It was a lot of trial and error, but it was working for me at the time. And I really knew that things were starting to shift because when I would go out with the kids or out to the grocery store, people were noticing. People I was running into were noticing that I was more vibrant, that they couldn't believe that I had just had a baby. saying, wow, you sure bounced back quick, or wow, look at your muscles, look at those arms, how do you do that? And I was doing this all at home in my own living room. I felt more like myself. I felt stronger, I felt leaner, I felt lighter in my body. And 1 year in, I was in the best shape of my life from what I was doing at home in my own living room every day. Eventually, I got inspired to start teaching yoga. So I got my certification back in 2009 for personal reasons and didn't end up really using it on a teaching level until a couple years ago. And I got inspired to start teaching fitness. So I got my certification, got hired at a couple studios around town, started teaching yoga online for a company out of South Florida, and I felt like I was giving back to the world. But even with that, I didn't feel like I was reaching enough people. And I really want to save people the time and wasted energy that I went through when you're stuck at home or you're traveling or you only have a few minutes in a day. If it's just a matter of there's no time in a day, I wanted to save people the hassle and reach more people out in the world to let them know that you can get in the best shape of your life right in your own living room at minimal cost, and if anything at all, and next to zero equipment. I did it, you can do it too. My students were my inspiration. They started asking, when are you teaching more and where are you teaching other than this studio? And the answer was, I wasn't. I only had time in my schedule to teach a few classes a week, and the reach I was getting just wasn't as great as what my heart really wants to reach out to, which is the mass of people, to share with them that you can get fit in your own home. You do not have to go to a studio. So when my students travel, now they look at my YouTube channel and they pick a video and they're practicing right along with me. I want to make yoga and fitness available to anyone, anywhere, at any time. I want to eliminate the overwhelming search of online videos. I want to inspire people to get in the best shape of their lives, like I did, in my own home, and ultimately build a strong, like-minded community. So if my story resonated with you, I hope you join me on the journey. Go check out my YouTube channel for uploaded fitness and yoga content each week. I upload twice a week, and you can practice along right with me. Thanks for spending this time listening to my story. If you have any questions or comments, please drop me a line. You can comment below, and I would love to hear from you. Until then, happy practicing. Bye.